back to another episode of Dirtnation Offroad. So today what we're doing is putting new suspension on the Tacoma. Idra, bring back the suspension. I gotta show the people. What we got. Idra's screwing it up. Now, we're out and about right now because I'm gonna be putting on some brand new front struts on the Tacoma. Got rear ones coming in the future. We'll see that later. But we got the Bilstein 6112s. Big, beefy, good stuff. We're gonna be checking these out, installing them on the Tacoma, and then we're gonna do a review and all that fun stuff, and you guys will see that. But check out what we got here. So we got new coil springs, got the shocks themselves. Idra, pull out the beef. By the way, I got Idra and Father Vic. Look at how thick this. I can't even wrap my finger around. Look at it. It's thick. It's thick. Look at the swole.
Damn, he is thick, dude.
Damn, boy, he's thick. So, Bilstein 6112s. Got coil springs. Now this is the 600-pound coil springs that come with the shocks. Idra, on the other hand, he picked up his own set and he got the 650 coil springs.
Yeah, I think if you guys get these, the model number will be on the spring, so you'll be able to tell the difference.
Check all that stuff out. Tacoma's sitting at home. We went to a shop, so we went to Genesis Automotive over in Covina. They're going to be helping us with allowing us to set the spring because the standard AutoZone spring compressors, those do not work for these big springs and shocks. So we wanted to get something a little more professional, a little bit more safer. So that's what we're gonna be working with today. So we're gonna show you guys how to mount the spring onto the strut or the coil onto the strut, and then we're gonna do the installation and then we'll go from there. But we were supposed to do Idra's today. That didn't really work out. He wanted to have a professional do it, not Dustin, which is cool.
I never said that.
But yeah, we're gonna get started. You guys enjoy the video. Get to it. Idra, talk to me, man.
That's it, a lot.
So I'm applying pressure to the spring.
So we're using one of the fancy schmancy spring compressors because safety's key. Yeah. So go to your local automotive shop. They're not gonna let you do it, but they'll do it for you. And it'll only cost $1 million. So what's cool about these is you can pick your size. So you take this little C-clip and you'll mount it wherever you want to put yours. So I'm gonna put mine to the tallest because we want to be nice and tall. So in order to do that, you just slip it off from that C-clip right there, and then you move it up. We got our spring compress. It's gonna go, you have a little metal washer that's provided to you.
It's like a collar.
That.
Then we're
gonna go that.
Washer, top
piece, and then you put the rubber. The rubber, and then you go that one, and that'll do it.
Get the nut. So it's sitting in there pretty clean. Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Man, that was too fucking easy.
So look at that.
Damn, look at the beef. Yep. All right, we're back from Genesis Automotive. We're gonna get started with jacking up the truck. Pull out the old struts. I cannot wait to show you how bad those look. 60,000 miles of abuse. It's gonna be fun. But switching over to GoPro footage now, so you know, drop in quality in 3, 2, 1. Shout out to my ripped rock light. Remember I was saying before these might rub? Well, they rub, so I'm gonna have to mount them on top. Anyways, got our suspension here. So we're gonna be taking out the shock, and we have our new one right over there. Now the reason I really need to replace these shocks is, you see down there? Look at how disgusting that is. That frayed metal stuff, look at, that's my suspension. That's disgusting. We don't want that. So I'm gonna start taking apart a little bit so we can lift the shock out, and then it's gonna be a pretty easy install. All right, front shock is out. It's easy. 3 bolts, 1 bolt nut on the bottom, and then I took it off from the lower spindle. Normally you do it from the top, but I did it this way because I need upper ball joints, so I don't want to take them apart right now until I do that. But take a look at that. Somebody say toast? Woo-wee. That's bad. Toast. All we need from this is our little 1/4-inch spacer. This is for all Tacoma owners, so you don't have that taco lean. So we're gonna put that on our new suspension. All right, we're all done. So like I said, put a 1/4-inch spacer for the driver's side to account for taco lean. Bolted our 3 on the top. Got it bolted on the bottom right there. Nice thick bushing, thick shock. Everything's looking good. We're gonna go do the other side. Second one's out. The verdict survey says the bushing's fact. Look at that. Let's pull out. Who wants to buy these? Famous taco shocks. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're just broken in. All right, let's throw this other Bilstein in. So there it is. That's how she sits. It does sit a little bit taller, but I'm guessing it'll settle a little bit and maybe shorten up. But new Bilstein's looking good. They're looking fresh. So what we'll do after this is we'll do a test drive. We'll give you guys a little bit of video on that. And then if the rear shocks come in time because they're back ordered, then we'll do an install on that. If not, we'll do it on a separate video. But next time you see this, we'll do a little bit of testing and some feedback, and then we'll close the video. Also testing out the new suspension, giving it a little break in. Does better than normal. Still bottoming out though. Nice. I think I'm ready to go run with 420 motors again. Alright, so we're a couple weeks later with the Bilstein 6112s. Actually, part of this video, I was going to say that we're going to do the rears as well. The rears are really back ordered right now, so I'm going to have to wait. So we'll do those another time on another video. For now, we're just going to continue with the front struts, springs, and everything. Now, a couple notes. They do ride very, very well. As I continue getting more confidence in these, I'm really impressed by them because, you know, with the old ones that are chilling back there, man, I would see a bump and freak out. I'm slamming on the brakes, hoping I don't hit it way too hard or anything like that, because every time I did, it was not good on the back. With these, it soaks up bumps so much better, especially because these bushings right here, first of all, aren't destroyed. Second of all, they're huge. The shock itself is huge. Now, the only thing that I have noticed with these is that the coils that I have are the ones that come with it. It is a 600-pound coil, and honestly, I feel like that might not be enough. It's still a little bit of a soft ride, especially since we added the Weston front bumper as well as the winch. So something that I'm gonna try and do to compensate for the fact that I do have a little bit of droopage since putting the bumper on, to where my front end is now, you know, nosing down a little bit. I'm going to try out putting on a little 1-inch spacer. Now, probably not the best thing to do. Like I said, this is all test. This is all, you know, trial and error. I'll eventually get some 650-pound springs, or maybe even 700-pound springs. Look at some different options. I know Ibach has some, and you know, King and stuff like that. I don't know what Bilstein has. I know Bilstein has 650, but honestly, since I don't run a sway bar, I'm considering 700. So that's all stuff I'll look into in the future. But for now, just to try and keep my ride height, as well as see if this can still ride very, very well, I'm going to try out the 1-inch spacer, and that'll bring me back up to about a 3-inch lift, because these are technically a 2-inch lift, but the old man emus were a 3-inch lift. But since these kind of settled in and sagged a little bit, it's kind of drooping down to where I rub more and everything like that. So we're gonna install these on here, and then we're gonna make sure it's all good to go. All right, and here is our final product. Got the Taco lean spacer in there, as well as our 1-inch spacer, and then the rest of the shock. So we're gonna throw it in there, see if it all fits and if it's all good. By the way, doing a side video rebuilding upper control arms. You can find the link for that below. And then, all right, so getting ready to wrap up this Bilstein review. Now, I wanted to go over a couple notes before we close it out. We did leave our 1-inch spacers on the shocks just to give us a little bit extra ride height and to also give a little bit of compression on the spring so that it's not as soft as a ride. I wanted to stiffen it up a little bit so that it can take bumps a little bit better. And as you can see right there, it's definitely a lot taller, looking pretty good. I regained my height as well as I think I gained a little bit of height as compared to the old man emus that I used to have. In terms of rubbing, now going forward, I hardly rub going left and right. I rub in reverse a little bit, but that's to be expected and I can adjust to that. As for how the shocks ride with the spacer, just got done at a trip to Lytle Creek. I went right after work just to test this stuff out. And if you guys haven't been to Lytle Creek before, you know, it's a pretty rough road. It's a wash and it's kind of uneven, rugged terrain, rocks, loose sand, bumps and stuff all over the place, and it's windy. It's not very, like, it's not a fire road. It's not where you're going to take your Raptor and go 120 miles an hour. It's pretty rough road. So I was shooting through there 45 miles an hour because I wanted to give the suspension a really good test. And I'll say with the spacer, it rides just fine, especially for what I do. I'm not trying to go out there and be fast. I'm not trying to do all that stuff. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I do, right? I rock crawl. I need height and traction and torque. That's all I really care about. This gives me the height and it rides well enough to where when I am zooming through fire roads and I want to go a little bit fast, I can definitely do that. So I definitely approve of these shocks. The only things that I will say about it is if you're getting the 6112s, and you know you're going to get a winch bumper, you're going to get a winch, you're going to get a heavy bumper, you're going to put armor on the vehicle, invest in the 650 or 700 pound springs just to future-proof your rig. You know, I have the 600 pound springs and I'm compensating with that with the 1-inch spacer. Obviously, I'll come to a point where I will get rid of that spacer, get the correct springs to lift the vehicle up, and do everything that I need to do. But if you guys can take care of it now, then go ahead and do that. Future-proof your rig and build it right. That way, you're not having any problems and you're ready to go for whatever's out there on the trail. That's all I got for the 6112s. I definitely like these shocks. Looking forward to using these for the next couple years, seeing how they ride, seeing how long they can last and everything like that. Look forward to us getting the rears. Right now we still have the 5100s, but we're going to be getting, I think it's the 5160s or whatever. It's the ones with the reservoirs. We're going to be getting those in the near future, so look forward to that. But that's all I got for the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. So also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. You can also hit us up for shirts at dirtnationoffroad@gmail.com. That's all I got. Thank you guys. See you again next time.